question that I get asked a lot. Jesus, should I rent or should I buy? Great question. It all really depends, right? It's case by case. Nobody's situation is the same. But in general, you will be better off if you buy, especially long term. 7-10 years, you're going to be grateful that you bought. Because once you look back, all the equity, all the principal pay down, the tax benefits, in general, for most people, they're better off buying. It's one of the best ways for your average American, average person to start to build wealth here. However, given where the market is at and where interest rates are at, obviously values are high, especially in places like Orange County. I will say that for some people, they're better off renting. And I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate from certain individuals that are realtors or real estate professionals because they always push buy. And yeah, but not in every case. If your rent is under $2,000 and you're living in Orange County, you have a great deal. Anything you buy is going to be a lot more than that. You probably can't even find a condo for that price unless you put, more than 50% down. So if you're in a situation like that, like I know a lot of people that, maybe they're living with family, they're living with their parents, or whatever the case might be, they're house hacking. They're paying under $1,000 in some cases. So if they go and take a mortgage now, that payment is going to be $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, who knows, right? Depending on the purchase price. So what I would advise is, if your rent is cheap, maybe don't buy a primary residence, but buy an investment property instead. That way, instead of because if you buy a property to live in, it'll become a liability. You're gonna have this huge payment to cover. But if you buy something that cash flows or at least pays for itself, then you bought yourself an asset that's gonna go up in value, give you tax benefits, and hopefully cash flow as well. But that's just my thought on that. I want to see what you guys think. Obviously, again, everybody's situation is different, but I'm just not a big fan of when people say, oh, you gotta buy. In some cases, for some people, it doesn't make sense to buy, especially if you barely have enough for your down payment and you're kind of squeezing to make it work. I would say really think about it, because with being a homeowner comes a lot of expenses as well. You're gonna have things that break down, and you're gonna have to fix things, and just out of nowhere you have to cover $500, $1,000, $2,000, whatever it might be. But you will have to cover extra expenses that when you rent, you call the landlord to take care of it for you. So again, just my thoughts. Let's see what you guys think. But I think, again, for the most part, it makes sense to buy. But I also don't like to put people in situations where they're most likely going to end up losing the house, or they're not even going to be able to enjoy the home. All they're going to do is just work, and that's not a life. So your thoughts.